and Facebook.
Awesome. I just turned it around. There we go.
All right, number 2, whatever that one is.
Twitter.
Twitter. And Instagram?
Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Instagram, Twitter, Instagram, Watch Party is the next thing.
Okay. Yay. All right. All the pieces in place.
Yes.
Good evening. Welcome, everybody. Day 12, right? Maybe just
13.
Day 13.
Sorry.
Day 13 of Crazy Cabin Fever cocktails with Distilled Living. And tonight's cocktails were designed by Hillary again. They're much more her style than my style, but that's totally okay. We're going to go ahead and make them. So we're looking at bourbon, coffee, Italian cream sodas. Yes, singular. We're gonna make one. So I have some extra coffee from North Lime from this morning, and I'm gonna shake this with Cafe au Lait bourbon by Glens Creek, which is really expensive, but uses a chocolated malt, which is gonna give it a nice, interesting coffee character. I think it's chocolated.
Actually, what are we gonna?
Really sure.
I hate to interrupt you on this.
Yes.
Like while we are live. Are we going to do the coffee in the bourbon drink, or are we doing the coffee only in the
I was going to do it
mocktail? Okay, if you want to do both, fine.
I want to do both. Unless you want it, just...
do the coffee and both.
Okay, decisions made on the fly, coffee and both. So coffee, we're going to use condensed milk as our cream agent, and then we're going to use bourbon in one, the other one's going to be plain. And now that I'm thinking about it, I don't need all this double setup, because I'll just make the plain one first and I'll make the bourbon one. And then we're going to seltzer it to give it more character.
And the condensed milk is the sweetener as well in this situation. If you have evaporated milk, you could probably do evaporated milk and simple syrup instead of this. And I'll make a pumpkin pie tomorrow.
So I'm going to start with my non-alcoholic one. I mean, this is basically a chill, if you're using espresso, which actually would be a little bit better, this would be like a chilled, sweetened latte sparkler, if that makes sense. And I'm going to do about 4 ounces of my coffee. And I'm going to do about 1 ounce of my sweet condensed milk. This is going to make a mess. I know that in advance, which is why I have the plate down there. See how thick that is.
Did you get a spoon for that?
I could get a spoon. Just take a minute. It's got it.
Everyone else?
Yeah, everyone else wants to use a spoon or a spatula.
Tim!
It's probably not a bad idea. Oh, the little spatula. The little spatula.
Not paying attention to me whatsoever.
I wasn't. I was looking at what I was doing. So, the spatula out that last little bit. So I got a good full ounce in there. That's our cream and our sweet, as Hillary mentioned. And then I'm just going to go ahead and shake this. And the reason I'm doing it like this is this makes a better drink. This is going to integrate better because it's all cold, shaking it over ice, and it's going, when I put it over fresh ice, it's just going to be nicer than just building it in the glass or leaving it with the dirty ice that's in here. Alright, so this has got some foamy character already to it. Actually made a little bit too much because I'm going to throw a little seltzer on top of that.
Normally Italian soda is a little bit more seltzer than this. It's a little more...
Normally it's also in a tall glass too.
That's true.
I didn't measure this out in advance.
As always, we'll put the recipe online afterwards.
Especially if we decide to change it a little bit.
Which sometimes we do and sometimes we don't.
Yeah.
Actually, most of the time we haven't.
And that is really delicious. It's just so much more elegant, built up that way instead of trying to throw everything into a glass. So,
oh, that is good. That's
nice.
really, really good.
Yep.
I might steal it. It's
figured.
mine now.
That's a Hillary drink. Okay, so I'm going to swap out. Actually, I do need to swap out stuff. Now that I'm thinking about it, because I didn't think this through earlier. Fresh ice, because I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to bring it down a little bit now that I'm figuring out the volume of these things. So I'm going to do 2 ounces of my coffee, 2 ounces of this beautiful bourbon here. You can even see that Dave signed that. Oh, nice. And my ounce of my condensed milk, which I try to make a minimum of mess with. Now I'm going to give this a shake. Should be nicely integrated at this point. Oh, nice and foamy. I even have my Glen's Creek Distillery glass to put it in. Cut it. I'm actually going to give it a look there. And now, because I've discharged this once already, we should be a little bit safer on it. Oh yeah, look at that. Beautiful soda. Give it a stir just to get the soda dispersed through the entire drink. That is really tasty. The bourbon comes through really, really well balanced. It's not overly sweet. A lot of people probably want to pick up the sweetness a little bit if you want to make it more of a dessert cocktail. This is more of a bourbon forward cocktail. So that's what we're looking at there. Now, it is 9 o'clock. We're making coffee drinks because that's what Hillary wanted me to make this evening. That is not my style of 9 o'clock because I like to sleep at night.
And I can sleep through coffee, so.
Absolutely, you can sleep through coffee. No problem. So I'm just going to make a little something for me. Because sometimes you just need a little Blanton's and branch. Just a touch.
You have to explain to everybody what branch means.
Branch. Bourbon and branch. Using branch water, creek water. Only I'm not using that. I'm using old limestone because this is the best, most awesomest water for bourbon. All right. Cheers.
And as always, we'll have this online afterwards. I have started taking a higher quality video and putting it on YouTube since Facebook, if it stays online, is also sometimes choppy right now because Facebook is having some issues with the number of people live streaming. So after the event, within the next 24 hours, I am trying to get a higher quality video onto YouTube and onto the website. I usually have the recipes online within the next hour. So take it.
We have about 4 or 5 days worth of ideas at this point, but we have some holes in there. So if you have any ideas, suggestions, things in your pantry that you want to really figure out how to make a cocktail with, please let us know.
And we're happy to shift something back if you have an amazing idea that we just need to come in and do.
Absolutely.
So, alrighty. A little bit shorter tonight, but that's good. We'll see you again tomorrow. 9 o'clock Eastern Time.